have the secretary report?
Good evening all. Good evening all.
Good evening.
I will be reading out last week's secretary report like this. Word of the day: gorgeous, elegant and splendid and sober. Sergeant Arms took by Srinivas Raju. President by Jose. MC role took by Divakar and TTM Kumran and GA TK Ramesh. Accounter Srinivas Raju. Grammarian Vinod and timer Anand Reddy. Next, we have 4 speakers. So first speaker is first Ram, 10th project, evaluator Kumran, and the speech characters 3 speeches. So one is Chandrasekhar, another second one is Murali, and third one is Angush. The best speaker of under CC level Ram, and best speaker of from speech craft Angush. Anish. Any amendments?
Anish is only amendment. With the amendment, the minutes is passed. Thank you. Christmas is celebrated world over to commemorate the birth of Jesus of Nazareth. He was born in a barn, raised in a ghetto, as a common laborer by trade. He spoke in obscurity. All his preachings were within a distance of 50 miles of radius where he stayed. Yet, what did he do to become the most quoted person in the history? There may be a religious, certainly there is a religious answer to this question. Definitely, there may be a socio-political answer to this question. But what could be a Toastmaster's analysis to this question? He is called as master by few people, but he was called as a master communicator by all the people. He used a method called simple. S stands for stories. Whenever he spoke his message through stories and parables. Stories acts as missiles which come straight to the heart of the audience. Through stories, we get connected to our own identity, to the identity of our own family, the identity of our own ethnic group and our own country. By learning the stories about others, we get to know more about ourselves. Imagine this situation. I am passing on, just as a metaphorical situation, I am putting on gold dust into your cupped hands. I am just pouring gold dust into your cupped hands. What happens after some time? Gold dust will be falling onto your hands. After some time it will overflow and fall down. A perfect story is a black box which you are giving to your audience so that they can carry the treasures of knowledge which you pass on to their arms so that it will not fall down. The second thing what he used is interaction. I for interaction. Whenever he spoke, he interacted with the audience. Interaction is like a door to a house through which the audience can enter the message. When you interact with the audience, the message sticks in their heart. They will never forget what you are speaking to them. The third thing, what you use is multi-track communication. Human beings communicate in multi-tracks. To be more precise, in 5 different tracks, human beings communicate. Physical, emotional, intellectual, intuitive, and spiritual. These are the 5 tracks. For physical, his message was full of verbal and sensory images. Full of mental imagery he was creating whenever he spoke. For the emotional, his messages were full of wide range of emotions. And for intellectual, his messages had simple facts and data. For the intuitive mind, his messages had experience of conflicts, failure, and other abstract details. For the spiritual track, his messages and stories always had a plot line which is meant to communicate deeper truths of spiritual reality and the deeper meaning of life. Have you ever tried pouring a bucket of water into a bottle? What will happen? Most of the water will be spilled outside. When you are using the multi-track communication, what you are doing, you are using a perfect funnel to channelize your message into the audience. Next thing what you use is preparation. Senior Toastmasters say, if you are speaking for 1 hour, you have to prepare for 10 hours. His public life was 3.5 years. His preparation for that was 30 years. He prepared 30 years for 3.5 years of public life. And the next one is L. L is love. The love for our audience. It manifests as a concern for your audience when you speak. Your love manifests as a concern for your audience and your passion for your topic that you're speaking. Like a gardener, when he sees his flowers blooming, how he is delighted. When you have the love for your audience, when you speak or communicate with love, when their spirits are elevated, when their hearts are elevated with your message, you feel the same happiness like a gardener. When you pour the water of love, when you learn to pour the water of love into your audience, you see their faces smile, their eyes brighten, and their voices sing. And the final thing is execution. Imagine, I am giving a speech against smoking. The next day, you see me taking a puff in a zero. Execution is practice what you preach. Your life should reflect what you are speaking. When you do that, your message will reflect your destiny and your call. It will hit the audience like a sharp sword. With this message, to take us through today's meeting, I will call upon a very special Toastmaster. She is a very regular Toastmaster in Sunshine Toastmasters. I remember the last Christmas meeting, I delivered the presidential address and she was the MC. Today, I am again delivering the presidential address. Very promptly, she is the MC today. The only difference is I was talking from that direction to this side. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hand together and welcome Alice.